Mayor mentioned, the key step forward that we're celebrating and announcing today is that the U.S. Small Business Administration, who's the receiver for the Minetta Capital Corporation, has accepted the offer from the DEM using the money that voters approved in the bond in 2010.
We're here to announce the addition of the property of the old Rocky Point Park being preserved, and we were successful at the shoreline with Mayor Adhesion and so many people was here, initial help on that. But now, through the SBA and a long, litigious process of acquiring the rest of the property, in particular, 205,218 Rhode Islanders voted for the bond issue, and that made
There is a process, and a lot of people have asked about that. It's called 2001 Federal District Court process, where there will be a public announcement, and we will solidify that with the court upon the court's approval of the purchase and sales agreement. So while we have made major steps, and I have to commend the Department of Environmental Management, Janet Coit, for what they have done, we are 98.7% of the way. We do have a little bit more to go.
We are now, I think, located by the saltwater swimming pool, which is a distant memory. The Palladium, the Shore Dinner Hall, all of that was part of growing up in Rhode Island. And we're going to preserve those memories and preserve the feeling that has always been here at Rocky Point as a place to go and recreate. In fact, back in 1902, a vaudeville performer called this place the most beautiful picnic spot in Rhode Island, where the humble folk used to bring their families and sit under the beautiful shade trees with their lunch baskets. Well, when this park is developed, that'll happen again, and Rocky Point will be again part of it.
It's really quite remarkable, the jewels that Rhode Island has for public spaces, and the leadership of so many people to make this happen, I think, is really vital. This is going to perhaps be the crown jewel in all of those wonderful public spaces that Rhode Islanders are able to enjoy.
It's one of the highlights of my many years in public office to be a part of this effort, and I just again thank everyone from the bottom of my heart who actually made this happen. So I know there's a couple more hurdles to go, but we're closer than we ever have been, and I'm just thrilled and grateful for everyone who played a role in making this happen. So thank you all.
We're talking about adding one of the largest open space purchases ever in state history to our open space inventory. Really, this is a great win for all of Rhode Island and all of Warwick. And I want to close by quoting a different Governor Chafee. I want you to look out here for a minute and think that nearly 50 years ago, when John Chafee was our governor, he talked about the creation of a Bay Island park system. And Governor Chafee, it certainly takes a long time, but 50 years later, we are finally there.
I know this isn't, we're not there quite yet. We have a process to go through. And as a purveyor of bad puns occasionally, I've got a couple. And let me hand out to our elected officials and anybody else who wants them. Get the point. Of course, that was part of our campaign. We want to make sure this deal is going to stick. So I'm going to give one to Mark. And then finally, and we do have some more of these, and if somebody'd like to come by the office and they really have that attachment to Rocky Point and they want to come for one, please do, because we've got them. But I'm going to make a promise on behalf of the Rocky Point Foundation that next time, the next one of these press conferences, which quite hopefully is going to be the deal is done, we will have clams in these bags. These are bags actually from Rocky Point. So I'll give these to our elected officials, and when they get it in the bag, come on back. Thank you.